Alright, so this is a fun little video on what I do to convert stoves from gas to propane. There's four things that are changed when going from one gas to the other. So the first is the regulator has to be changed out to switch from gas to propane if it's a dual gas regulator. If it's not, you're going to take the regulator out, replace it. That's usually what happens in a barbecue unit where they have these really cheap regulators. They have to be swapped out from LP to gas or gas to LP, whichever it is, okay? The second thing is the actual orifices where the gas come out into these burner tubes. This is one example of a burner tube that you would see on a barbecue. This unit has 4 burners and a char grill in the middle. It's a high-end Viking stove. The third thing is a set screw in here sets what the low flame setting is going to be like on this burner head, okay? And the fourth thing is an air shutter adjustment that mixes the air and the fuel just like you would in a carburetor. So, like an idle screw or whatever, a fuel air mixture screw on a carburetor if you're, inclined to have worked on carburetors like I have. Okay, so this is an example of a burner head. I've already taken the screw out of here. So burner head, they have these little spark igniters attached to them, so you have to take it off. And there is a set screw right here that actually, you're gonna loosen up all these things in advance. As you go through here, you're gonna move this air shutter backwards or forwards, backwards or forwards, depending on where the air shutter or where the air fuel mixture needs to be. As you can see, there's a little window there, and this one's a little bit corroded, but anyway, you kind of get the example of how the window gets smaller and larger, and that's going to effectively change the air fuel mixture once it gets into the burner head. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I'm going to put this back in place. Oh, I might as well not put it back in place. I'm going to show you one of the orifices now. So the orifice is actually down below. Where am I here? The orifice is down below, so you can see right here where I have my finger, that's the orifice. That's where the gas comes out after, the gas goes through these tubes. That's where the gas comes out, and I want to see if you can see that. If you're seeing the same thing I do, okay, so I think that's right. Okay, yeah, that's where the gas comes out right there. Okay, that little brass part. When you turn on the knobs, that's where the gas comes out on the other end. Now, if you look down inside of here, you're going to see a little set screw in there, and that's going to be adjusted also as part of this conversion. Okay, and the last thing is this guy right here is the fuel regulator, and this little center part here, it says natural right here. I'm going to take this out. It's a half turn. Take it out, flip it over, and then set it for, it's right now on natural gas. I'm going to set it up for propane. So you kind of get an idea of how that actually goes. Okay, so I'm going to bring the camera back over here so I can do all the things that I just said was going to happen. Okay, and get that nice and straight. Okay. So now all this is going to be done with the unit unplugged and the gas unhooked, okay? For obvious reasons, because you don't want to have an accident and catch yourself on fire or whatever. You're dealing with gas. The other thing too is when you hook everything back up, you're going to need to use some Teflon tape. So I use gas tape like this on the threads so that there's not going to be any leaks. Any compression settings that you see, that's those settings that have 45-degree angles on them. Anything you see with the compression setting, you're not going to need to use that tape with, because it's a compression setting. It's set to be pressurized and not have the need of tape. Okay, so anyway, so now I already explained how this gets adjusted. This is one of the adjustments. The second adjustment is the orifice that we showed within the cavity of this unit here. This actually fits over the orifice. So the orifice goes right through the middle here, and the gas comes into this tube and it mixes with air that's being drawn in as it goes up into the burner head. And in the burner head, that's where the fuel ignites. That's the igniter. So that's why there's this little electrical probe here. This unit's an automatic restart unit, so if this burner head goes out, this igniter is going to keep tripping on until it comes on. So it's a safety thing with these stoves. Any high-end stove is going to have that, you know. If you're dealing with like an older model or maybe something lower end, you're not going to see that. So okay, let me just put this back in here. Okay, so now, where was I? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. I've already tuned one of the burners, so this one here is actually tuned. It's kind of hard to see propane gas as it burns, so I'll just kind of give you a little sample here. Okay, and let me turn everything on here. Okay, gas is already on. As I said, I've already done some of this stuff here, so it is hooked up already. You know, if you're doing it, you're going to need to start from scratch, disconnect the gas tank and turn off the electricity, or unplug the unit so that you don't accidentally get spark unexpected. Okay, so now the final outcome is going to be a flame. Whoops, oh, I got to turn the gas on. Here we go. Now this unit here, the gas coming in, yeah, before I do that, we're going to do the conversion of the gas regulator. So let's just get pointed down in here. Let's see what we got here. I think we can see it. Okay, so the gas regulator's on that side. So it's a very simple swap. And I am making sure that the tank is off. Usually it'd be unplugged, but I'm trying to do this to save a little bit of time on the video. It is off. So this comes out. This is the cap. It goes down in there. Yeah, 1 second here. Now if you look down in here, there is a spring. So you can see the spring down in there. Okay. There's a spring down in there, and this cap, as you can see, this is the high part here, and it does say natural on here right there. Okay, when it gets flipped over to LP, which it actually indicates it's on LP, this is going to plunge deeper down in here, pushing harder on that spring. So we're going to go like that. And let me just skip my little. I use one of these guys. Okay, so this is all set up now. Okay, so it is regulating for LP. So, just to reiterate, this should be the first thing you change. Okay, second thing you change is the orifices that are in those burner tubes, which we've already looked at. And the third thing, once that's done, are just adjustments on how high the flame is going to be and how it's mixed with how the air fuel mixture is set up. And let's go right here. Okay, so the final outcome is going to be something that looks like this. Now I'm doing this in an area that's open. You're going to want to do this indoors where you're not going to have wind or any ambient air movement. Okay, so and, oh yeah, didn't turn on the gas. Okay. Just to be safe, you always want to make sure the gas is off until you're ready. Okay, so the gas is on. And we're going to get some spark here. I always do the back burners first, front burners last, because these are closer to where I have to work down here to trim these air shutters. And I don't want to be exposed to any heat. My hand, you know, and these burners do get hot. So there it is. Okay, so now we're going to just have it right here on simmer, the low end. Okay, now there actually is a low end here too, so you can see that it's not sparking, so that means we do have a gas here. You don't want any flare up. You want it to be a nice even flame. You know, obviously, I mean, you're going to get a little bit of flare up because it is gas, and there is right now there is a little bit of wind here, but that flame is on its low setting right here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. That is the flame right there. So it's already trimmed. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to trim another one. Okay, so I'm going to turn this one off. There it is up on high. There it is on low. Okay, so now, as I said, I've already loosened the screws here. I want to make sure I have this one loose. So again, just to reiterate, I'll show you what I'm going to be doing here. Orifice goes through here. This is the screw, the trim screw. Okay, that adjusts the air-fuel mixture. You always want to make sure that you have these all loose, and this is loose already. You have these loose going into the job, and I'm going to either, adjust it one way or the other to get more or less air coming into the mixture to get a nice even flame like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right there because I'm not going to do that one. I'm just going to do this one for demonstration. Okay, so what I do is, okay, now the flame is too high here on the low setting. Okay, now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the low setting. I'm going to go to the low setting here. Let me go to another one. So we're already done the back one. I think there's a leak in that one actually. Okay, so let's go to this one here. Okay, this one's going to do the back one. There we go. Okay, so we got a nice, we're going to adjust a low setting. Okay, and it actually looks like it's somewhat set up already. Yeah, it is behaving, so it looks like the low flame is already correct on that one. So and let me just do this guy here. Well, it looks like everything is correct. Kind of surprising that that one is okay as it is. See how it goes out of whack when I move it, but then it goes back. So the low setting is good. And again, you might not be able to see it very well, but it's got a nice even low flame. You want that flame setting to be as low as possible. Okay, and it looks like even the low setting on the gas is correct. What I'll usually do is I'll usually go until it goes off. That's higher. I want to get the lowest setting I can, and that's about the lowest setting right there. And it is behaving. It's not flaring up or anything. So that's it. That's the way that you convert a stove from either propane to gas or gas to propane. Pretty simple process. The trick is that you have to be able to get those orifices because they're not really readily available on the market. I do orifices for a living, so that's why I do this. So there you go. Have fun.